In a first-grade classroom, a very important debate was happening. Infinity is a number. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. This argument had been going on for years, and they were only in first grade. Maverick leaned back in his chair and sighed. The teacher tried to redirect everyone back to the math on the board, but Maverick's imagination was already somewhere else. By the way, when Maverick gets bored, his imagination turns on like a rocket ship. And at the same time, he remembers one of his favorite bedtime stories his Gam-Gams always tells him. The story about a treasure map hidden deep in the forbidden jungle. Suddenly, the classroom fades away, and Maverick finds himself standing at the edge of a mysterious jungle. Adventure has begun! Maverick was ready. He wore his camel pocket vest, his lucky fishing hat, and his explorer backpack. Inside his backpack, he packed the most important tools. A Swiss Army knife, a small first aid kit, his lightsaber, and his compass. Because Gam-Gams always says, champions are prepared. And of course, the treasure map. Traveling with him were his two brave companions, Lovey Cat, his spotted beanie leopard, and Squiddy, the smartest squid stuffy in the entire ocean. Maverick knew this quest would not be easy. Just before he stepped into the jungle, he heard Gam-Gam's voice in his mind. You are a champion, Maverick, and champions do hard things. The first obstacle was a giant swamp. The ground was slippery, the mud bubbled, and suddenly, splash! Lovey Cat slipped into the muddy water. For a moment, Maverick thought the quest might be over. But then he remembered what Gam-Gams always tells him. Champions always find a way. Maverick quickly pulled out a tool from his Swiss Army knife. He hooked a vine and pulled Lovey Cat safely back onto dry land. Lovey Cat shook off the mud. Adventure continued. Next, a giant cobra blocked the narrow jungle path. Lovey Cat froze. Squiddy hid behind Maverick. The cobra hissed loudly. But Maverick remembered something he learned from chess. Sometimes, the best move is not the obvious one. So Maverick quietly checked his compass, found another direction, and carefully led the team around the cobra. No fighting needed. A champion thinks before he acts. Soon they reached a tall wooden bridge over a deep canyon. But suddenly, whoosh! A group of wild monkeys swung down from the trees. One monkey grabbed the treasure map. The monkeys chattered and jumped around. Then, Squiddy had an idea. He started doing a very silly squid dance. The monkeys stopped to watch. Maverick quickly jumped forward, grabbed the map, and dashed back across the bridge. Adventure continued, because champions never give up. The deeper Maverick traveled, the darker the jungle became. The path disappeared. Shadows covered everything. But Maverick smiled. He knew exactly what to do. He pulled out his lightsaber. With a bright glowing light, the jungle path lit up again. Lovey Cat felt brave. Squiddy felt safe. And Maverick led the way. Because champions bring light into dark places. Finally, deep in the forbidden jungle, Maverick found it. The treasure chest. But something strange was on the lock. A tiny chessboard puzzle. Gam-Gam's words came back to him. A champion thinks 3 moves ahead. Maverick studied the board. He moved the knight piece. Click! The chest slowly opened. Maverick expected to see gold, jewels, golden nuggets. But instead, inside the chest was a mirror. And in the mirror, he saw himself. Gam-Gam's voice spoke gently. The greatest treasure in the world is you, my precious grandson. More valuable than golden nuggets. More precious than gold bars. And champions always find a way. Lovey Cat looked in the mirror. Squiddy looked in too. They had discovered the greatest treasure of all. Suddenly, the jungle faded away. Maverick was back in class, and the debate was still going. Infinity is not a number. Yes, it is. Maverick smiled, because now he knew something important. He was a champion, and champions use their imagination. And that Magic Maverick Money Moment.